Welcome to Beyond the Brackets. In this video, let's break down the logic behind alternating series. A series whose terms are alternatively positive and negative is called an alternating series. For example, 1 minus 2 plus 3 minus 4 and so on. To test the convergence of an alternating series, we use Leibniz test. It states that an alternating series converges if it satisfies two conditions. First, the terms decrease in magnitude, that is, un will be greater than or equal to un plus 1. Second, the limit of un as n approaches infinity is 0. Apart from convergence and divergence, we also study absolute and conditional convergence of an alternating series. A convergent series is said to be absolutely convergent if the series of its absolute values converges, and conditionally convergent if the series itself converges but the series of its absolute values diverges. Let's dive into a few problems to see how this works. The question asks us to examine the convergence of the given series. The general term is given by minus 1 power n minus 1 un. Here un will be equal to 1 by n. To get the value of un plus 1, replace n with n plus 1. We get un plus 1 is equal to 1 by n plus 1. Here the numerator of both the terms are same, whereas the denominator of un plus 1 is greater than the denominator of un. That means un plus 1 will be less than un. This means that the first condition of Leibniz test is satisfied. For the second condition, take the limit as n tends to infinity un. We get limit as n tends to infinity 1 by n, which will be equal to 0. So the second condition is also satisfied. Hence, by Leibniz test, the given alternating series is convergent. Moving on to the next problem. Here the question says examine the convergence of the series whose nth term is given. So the nth term is taken as un, which will be equal to 1 by square root of n plus 1 minus 1. To find the value of un plus 1, replace n with n plus 1. We get un plus 1 is equal to 1 by square root of n plus 2 minus 1. Again, the numerators of both the terms are same, whereas the denominator of un plus 1 is greater than the denominator of un. That means the term un plus 1 will be less than un, which is the first condition of Leibniz test. To verify the second condition, take limit as n tends to infinity un, which will be limit as n tends to infinity 1 by square root of n plus 1 minus 1, which will be equal to 0. Again, the second condition is also satisfied. Therefore, by Leibniz test, the given series is convergent. The next question is given as examine the absolute and conditional convergence of the given series. Here the nth term is given, which will be un is equal to 1 by n factorial. To find the n plus 1th term, replace n with n plus 1. We get un plus 1 is equal to 1 by n plus 1 factorial. Again, the numerator of both the terms are same, whereas the denominator of un plus 1 is greater than the denominator of un. That means un will be greater than un plus 1. With this, the first condition of Leibniz test is satisfied. To verify the second condition, take limit as n tends to infinity un, which will be equal to limit as n tends to infinity 1 by n factorial, which will be 0. The second condition is also satisfied by Leibniz test. The given series is convergent. To test whether the given series is absolutely or conditionally convergent, consider the series of absolute values. That is, we convert the alternating series into a positive term series by taking modulus. So modulus of un will now be equal to 1 by n factorial. Un plus 1 will now be equal to 1 by n plus 1 factorial. To apply ratio test, take the ratio of these two terms. Modulus of un will be written as it is multiplied by the reciprocal of un plus 1. N plus 1 factorial in the numerator can be written as n plus 1 into n factorial. So the common terms cancel out and we are left with n plus 1. Applying limit as n tends to infinity, this becomes infinity, which is greater than 0. So by ratio test, modulus of un is convergent. We conclude that the given series is absolutely convergent. Moving on, we are supposed to find whether the given infinite series is absolutely or conditionally convergent. Here the first term is 1, second term is minus 1 by root 2, third term is 1 by root 3, fourth term is minus 1 by root 4. So the nth term will be minus 1 power n minus 1 into 1 by root n. So here un is equal to 1 by square root of n, and the n plus 1th term will be 1 by square root of n plus 1. Again, the numerators of both the terms are same and the denominator of un plus 1 is greater than the denominator of un. So, un will be greater than un plus 1. The first condition of Leibniz test is satisfied. For the second condition, take limit as n tends to infinity un, which will be 0. So, both the conditions of Leibniz test are satisfied. That means the given series is convergent. To test whether the series is absolutely or conditionally convergent, consider the series of absolute values, that is, convert the alternating series into positive term series by taking modulus. Here, modulus of un will be equal to 1 by root n, which will be 1 by n power 1 by 2. Applying p test, here p will be equal to 1 by 2, which is less than 1. So the series will be divergent. Therefore, we conclude that the given series is conditionally convergent. Coming to the last question, we are asked to examine the absolute and conditional convergence of the series whose nth term is given. We know that cos n pi is minus 1 power n. So the given series minus 1 power n divided by n square plus 1 is an alternating series, where un will be equal to 1 by n square plus 1. To find the un plus 1th term, replace n with n plus 1. We get 1 by n plus 1 whole square plus 1. Again, comparing both the terms, the numerators are same, whereas the denominator of un plus 1 is greater than the denominator of un. So, un will be greater than un plus 1. First condition of Leibniz test is satisfied. For the second condition, apply limit as n tends to infinity un, which will be equal to 0. Both the conditions are satisfied, hence we say that the given series is convergent. To verify absolute and conditional convergence, take the absolute values of all the terms. So, modulus of un will be equal to 1 by n square plus 1, whose convergence can be tested using limit comparison test. Choose Vn such that numerator is the highest power of n, so there is no n term in the numerator, it will be 1, and the denominator will be highest power of n, which will be n square. By p-test, since p is equal to 2, which is greater than 1, Vn is convergent. To apply limit comparison test, take the ratio of both the series. We get n square by n square plus 1. Taking n square common in the denominator, both the n square in the numerator and in the denominator cancel out. We are left with 1 by 1 plus n square. Applying limit as n tends to infinity, the term 1 by n square tends to 0. So the answer is 1, which is greater than 0 and finite. By limit comparison test, both the series converge or diverge together. Since Vn converges, which implies the series modulus of un also converges, that means the given series is absolutely convergent. Work through these questions for practice.